So, has anyone else experienced this, or is it just me? Having to be more on guard spiritually, but not out of like paranoia. You'll know the difference. You'll know what I'm talking about. Out of more like literal spiritual phenomena happening to us. So, I think this is what happened. For those of you that don't know, they broke the grid at the end of 2023. For those that don't know, they broke the grid at the end of 2024. For those of you that don't know what the grid is, it is basically a spiritual conduit that was built in, I guess you could say, like higher dimensions. It's to more easily facilitate transfer of spiritual energy between us and the spirit realm. So with them breaking the grid, all types of like weird and outrageous things are allowed to happen that normally wouldn't be able to happen. The reason I brought up the end of 2023 is because that is when I felt like the spiritual phenomena was getting more out of control, and I thought that it was just me, and then I was like, wait, other people might be experiencing this too. Then that's when at the end of 2024, a year later, I found out that the grid broke. By weird experiences, I mean like especially demonic possessions, people ghosting, acting completely out of character, more events of feeling unprotected when normally something like that wouldn't happen to you or those around you. It's a very good time to not blame anyone. Don't place blame on people right now for what's going on. It doesn't mean don't make them take accountability, but it's literally not their fault, especially if they have no clue what's going on. But some people do, and some people are actually taking advantage of the fact that demons are more readily available to possess human life, because we have a more difficult time accessing the higher realms because we're closer to the lower ones, so we're more prone and open to the lower ones. So if these past couple of years you've been feeling the need to be on guard spiritually, just know that it's not you. You're not being paranoid. But more than anything, I feel like we need to collectively think about how we're going to handle this. At this point, it's a little bit more than just praying to your ancestors, but because this is a physical reality, we are talking about actual physical protections. Keep us and those around us safe from the potential negative influences that can manifest into our lives by not keeping away these demonic influences. But one way that I do that is with my 7 deadly sins technique. I actually booked this reading in my bio, or I'll put the link somewhere. Go there, book my 7 deadly sins reading, and we'll get deep into what you're most prone to as far as sins, how that can present in your body, how you can stop demonic possession and keep yourself throughout this time. You don't need an exorcist. I mean, you might, but with an exorcism, it's a temporary fix. It's a band-aid, okay? Because if you keep inviting that energy into your life, it's going to just keep coming back in no matter how many times you fix it. That's like injuring your arm, and you keep injuring your arm. Well, of course, every time you injure it, it's going to have to heal. Just because you injured it once and it healed doesn't mean that it can't get injured again. So you have to think about demonic possession in that same way. Don't think it can't happen again. It can happen again. You really need to be cautious and mindful of these influences right now. But above all, even if you can't book my reading, you need to have some boundaries. You need to know yourself, know your nose, and don't be afraid to express your nose. Because at the end of the day, you suppressing your character, suppressing who you are, is going to tell the universe, okay, I don't want to be myself. So you're going to leave yourself open to whatever comes, because energy never dies. It's never, like, it's just transferred. What's that? It's never created or destroyed. There we go. It's only transferred, right? You don't want to be yourself. The universe is going to say, okay, well, I'll give it to somebody else that's acting like them. Like I said, above all, just maintain your boundaries. That is the simplest way to protect yourself spiritually in any situation. Don't be fooled or alarmed, but that is why, if you've experienced this in the past and you're a very spiritual person, be mindful. This is also why spiritualists and spiritual women are the most prone to, or they speak out the most about being narcissistically abused, okay? Because these people know if I can get them out of their boundary, I can have their energy. And narcissists are energy leeches that will do anything for power. So you have to understand, right? People are gonna go above and beyond to try to leech on you, and that includes getting you out of your boundaries. Oh, go ahead and do this. It's fine. Oh, like, that's cool. Like, you should be okay with that, even though you know you shouldn't. Trigger warning. This is also why you see women getting sexually assaulted at very high rates. These narcissistic men want your energy, and like I said, they will take it by any means necessary. You feel like you have something to give and you're not gonna give it, they're gonna take it. This is why spiritual people are drawn to and prone to, talking about abuse and being abused. You gotta stay strapped here. Gonna beat on your boundaries, they beating on a wall, trying to knock the wall down. You gotta be the wall. Don't let somebody knock your wall down, period. You actually may have been wondering to yourself, where did my energy go? Why haven't I been able to do things like I normally do? I don't look the same. I don't feel the same. I'm not the same. Something's wrong, but you just don't know exactly what. A lot of the time, of course, dig deep within yourself, but a narcissist is leeching on your energy. So if you've been feeling like you have to be on guard spiritually, you're not the only one. Protect yourself. Book my 7 Deadly Sins reading. Maintain your boundaries. Like, do your best, because with us not having the grid, our connection is not as strong anymore. And we are all humans, right? So we are all closer to the lower realms than we are to the higher ones. So just be mindful of that. It's not a trap. Don't feel trapped. You are not trapped. You are just in it's just a more difficult environment to survive in. But we are adaptable, and we always have been. I believe in us. I love you. See you soon.